Hello everyone, today we will be learning about probability. These are the topics that will be covered today. Introduction, basic definitions, Venn diagram, conditional probability, multiplication theorem, laws of total probability and Bayes theorem. So, first let's take a simple example. What is the probability of getting a head in a coin toss? It's simple, 1.5 because there are only two possibilities, either head or a tail. So, the chances are 50% each. Here is a more difficult problem, that is, what is the probability of getting exactly one head in three tosses of a fair coin? We will be solving this problem during our lecture today. So now let us discuss some of the basic terms that are required while learning probability. The first one is random experiment. An experiment whose all possible outcomes are known in advance is known as a random experiment. But the outcome of any specific performance cannot be predicted before the completion of experiment. Example, tossing a coin. We know that we can get either a head or a tail. These are certain events, but we cannot predict whether it will come a head or a tail. Similarly, throwing a die. We know that the numbers from 1 to 6 will show up, but what number will come is unknown. The next one is sample space. The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is known as a sample space. It is denoted by letter S. Example, while tossing a coin, you can get head or a tail. So the sample space S will contain head and tail. In another example where throwing of a die is taken, then we can get numbers from 1 to 6. So the sample will contain all the numbers from 1 to 6. Now we will talk about event. So event is a subset of sample space. There are two types of event. One is simple event. In simple event, only one element is there. Example, in coin tossing, head or tail. In die throwing, getting a 6 is a simple event. Compound event. When event has more than one element, then it is a compound event. Example, while throwing a die, if you take an event to be occurrence of an even number, then E will contain three elements, 2, 4 and 6. Hence it is a compound event. Now we'll talk about mutually exclusive events. If two events are mutually exclusive, they cannot occur simultaneously. That is, the intersection of set A and set B will be a null set. Example, getting a head and getting a tail in a coin toss are two mutually exclusive events. Both head and tail cannot occur simultaneously. Independent events. Events are said to be independent if occurrence of one of the event does not affect the occurrence of other. Example, when we first throw a coin, then a head appears. Let's call it set A. And when we throw the coin for a second time, then getting a tail is taken to be set B. Now, getting a head in the first throw will not affect the outcome of the second throw. Hence, A and B are independent events. Exhaustive events. When the set of events comprises of all the possible outcomes of the sample set, then those events are known as mutually exhaustive events. Example, throwing a die and getting an even number, let's call it set A, and getting an odd number in a die throw, let's call it set B. Now, set A and B comprises of all the outcomes of the sample set S. that is number 1 to 6. Hence, set A and B are mutually exhaustive events. Now let's talk about the definition of probability. So let's take a random experiment and there are total n different equally likely outcomes. And we have an event A which occurs exactly n number of times. Then we define probability P as the favorable cases divided by the total number of cases, that is small n by capital N. Let's take an example. Probability of getting prime number in a die throw. So the small n will be the set of all the prime numbers from 1 to 6, that is 2, 3 and 5. So small n is equals to 3 because there are 3 elements in the set and the total outcomes in the sample sets are numbers 1 to 6. Hence capital N is equals to 6. So our probability will be 3 upon 6, that is 0.5. Okay, so now we will be dealing with the problem that we had in the first slide. Probability of getting exactly one head in 3 tosses of a coin. So in each toss we can get either a head or a tail. So there are two possible outcomes for a one toss. Therefore in 3 tosses we will have 2 into 2 into 2, that is 8 possible outcomes. These are all the elements of the sample space. Here you can see that the black ones are the outcomes that are favorable, that is there are exactly one heads. Therefore the probability will be favorable outcome divided by total number of elements in the sample space, that is 8. Hence the probability will be 3 upon 8.